Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Old School Matt here. We are back with another Water Buffalo TM video. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different, switching it up each and every week. We actually took an Instagram poll over the weekend asking you guys what you guys thought the topic on this Monday's video should be. And this video, we're going to be doing a topic on the 3 things that I quit in 2020 and why I think you should quit them in 2021. Peace.
How's it, Water Buffalo?
So we're back, guys. This Motivation Monday video, there's not going to be a specific word for this week. I guess the word of the week will just be changes. So the 3 changes that I made to my life in 2020, and what are these 3 things that I'm talking about? So here we go without further ado. So the first thing is, in 2020, I quit going out to party scenes, clubs, etc., whatnot. I was in college. I'm still in college. I think that it is very, very beneficial towards my time and my wallet to skip the nightlife, skip the club life, skip the alcohol, all that extra stuff. It made a huge impact in my productivity. It also made a huge impact on the amount of money I was spending month to month on extracurricular things. This was something that I had been wanting to kind of, I guess, cut out cold turkey for the past couple of years, but I ended up cutting it out in 2020. Obviously, due to the pandemic, it was harder for people to go out and do things like that. But in 2020, I kind of cut it out cold turkey. I actually didn't even go out one time in 2020. And as you guys know, the school I go to is a very big party school, so it is very, very unlikely that somebody like myself would do it, especially being in a fraternity at the school. But it was an incredible thing to do because it did save me a lot of money. It did save me a lot of time. It also saved me a lot of gains as well. That was one of the biggest things that I saw from it. Was I never really went out super crazy before, but after giving that up in 2020 and pretty much 2019 too, but really it was really hard about it in 2020, was I saw my gains incredibly increase. Because if you think about it logically, if you're going out one time a week, that's 4 times a month. That's 4 days out of the month that you're ruining, not just that day, but you're ruining the day after, and you're potentially ruining 2 days after as well with recovery and whatnot. So you're technically wasting 12 days out of the month, which in reality is a lot of time. That's almost half of your month. So the next thing that we ended up giving up in 2020 was we ended up giving up the ability to say no to things. So I know this is a pretty generic thing that people like to give up. A lot of times people like to give this thing up during New Year time and whatnot, but I really gave this up. This comes with friends, comes with, family, anything. If I didn't want to do something and I didn't feel like it was going to be helpful towards my future or what I wanted to do, I gave it up. I said no. A lot of times I would take on things that either filled my plate too much, or I just did things out of the wanting to do them to help others. And not saying helping others is a bad thing, but like to kind of like put other people first. But I took that out in 2020. I decided to say no more often. If someone asked me to do something, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the going out and stuff like that, I started to say no to things that I didn't want to do. Back in the day, it was a very popular thing for me to kind of go out of my way for people to do things. But in 2020, I decided that my time was way more valuable than other people's time, and that's just me being honest, me being truthful. So I ended up cutting out that being a yes man, and this also comes with criticism as well. I was not ready in 2020 to start telling people how it was, and I don't know what it was, but that year, when you start a business and when you start doing things and grinding, your time becomes really valuable, and you just want to get to where you want to be so bad, you start to realize things that you never realized before. And just saying yes to everything and being a yes man, even when it comes to people asking you for advice or people asking you what they should do, by just being like, no, you're doing this wrong, or no, I'm not going to be there, or no, I can't help you, has changed my life incredibly. You might think it's a little selfish, even though all you guys out there who know me on a personal level know that I am probably one of the most giving and humble people out there, but I had to start saying no more often. So that was number 2. Number 3, what is the third thing that I gave up in 2020? So number 3, the third thing that I gave up in 2020 was I stopped blaming other people for my problems, and I started to blame myself when I had issues in terms of success and in terms of things I was doing. Not that I played the victim back in the day, but I tried to take every scenario that I did and I tried to stop doing things that I felt was harmful in the sense that I was putting myself in a position where I was asking me, why was this happening to me? In 2020, we all had a crazy year, so we can't say that someone had it worse than others. Some people had lost many loved ones. Some people have lost jobs, lost businesses. So everyone had their hurt in 2020. And I decided at the beginning of the year that when I started the business, basically was 2020, that I wasn't gonna let anything take over my ability to take responsibility for what was happening in my life. So even though there were times where I felt like I needed a hand or I needed something, extra, or I was like, wow, I can't get a break, I never blamed those things on anyone else other than myself. I don't care if they were actually to be blamed on other people. I just didn't. I took everything in responsibility. I stopped doing things and stopped taking irresponsibility out of things that were not my fault. And, obviously we're all human. We make mistakes, so it's not going to be a perfect ride. But I think that this is one of the things that really changed my year up, was taking responsibility of the things that I knew that were in my control, even if they weren't in my control. Because everything in reality is in your control. If something bad happens to you, you can control the way you react to it. You can control the way what you do with it, relationships, all this stuff. So these were the 3 things that I took out of my life in 2020, and the things I stopped doing. I stopped going out. I stopped partying. I stopped drinking. I stopped doing all that type of stuff. I also stopped saying stopped saying yes to people. I stopped being a yes man. I started telling it how it was. I said no when I didn't want to do things. And number 3 is when I started taking way more responsibility on what I thought was the most important things in my life, and taking responsibility for my actions and the way that my life was going. I hope you guys can take these 3 things into 2020. I'm 2021, my bad. I'm telling you that they are incredible tools you guys can have in your tool belt, and things that you guys should try to strive for, because it'll make you a better person. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day. If these things sounded cliche to you, I hope that, maybe one day we could do a list of 10 things, because I'm sure there's a bunch of other things. But these are the 3 main things that I did in 2020. It started to help me grow up as a man and, try to figure out what I was doing with my life. So as we continue to keep getting better, let's keep growing, Buff Squad. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. We got some dope content coming for you guys this week with our girl, Emily Bekovich. We're starting a new mini series with our Buffalo workouts, starting with the episode of her. So we'll see you guys soon. Peace. Hey guys, thank you guys for checking out this video. We're so grateful to have you here on our YouTube channel, so make sure to check out all of our other videos, ranging from a variety of different type of podcasts to our Buffalo barbecues. Check out our YouTube channel for constant updates on all the stuff that we have going on. You can also follow us on social media like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So check us out there. Water Buffalo Training Method. We're out. Happy Women's Day to all my ladies out there. I love you guys.